Today on Variant, I give you the history of Justice League Dark. Welcome to Variant, where we love comics more than I'm excited that I finally found me some Surge, and I must say, it tastes just as good as I remember. I'm your host, Arris. Before I get into today's episode, there's two things I need to mention, one of which is a giveaway. But first, we've had several of you tell us that you're not receiving your notifications when Variant posts new videos. So we contacted YouTube about it, and while they're making sure everything is working properly on their side, I also want to make sure to remind you to check your notification icon on our channel, either on the app or the website, to make sure it's activated. That way, you never miss an episode. But now, it's giveaway time. We've teamed up once again with the great people over at Spencer's to give 3 winners some villain swag. The third place winner will get a Punisher and Harley Quinn t-shirt. The second winner will get a Suicide Squad Panda shirt and a Harley Quinn t-shirt, and the grand prize winner will get a Harley Quinn replica jacket, the one she wore in the Suicide Squad movie, and a Suicide Squad Panda t-shirt, a Joker t-shirt, and a Harley Quinn t-shirt. Pretty awesome prizes, I know. All you have to do to enter is follow our Variant Twitter account and tweet the link for today's episode using the hashtag #SuperVillainGiveaway. You could say whatever else you want in your tweet, but you have to include the link for today's episode, and you have to use the hashtag #SuperVillainGiveaway. And you have to be following our Variant Twitter account. You have from now, October 26th, until November 1st at midnight Central Standard Time to enter, at which point we will announce the winners on our Variant Twitter account. So good luck and happy tweeting. Anyway, as you guys already know, today's topic is Justice League Dark, or simply the JLD. They're a fairly new team, but have become extremely popular in the world of comics because they're an awesome twist on the normal Justice League. The JLD is just a supernatural version of the Justice League, which is a simple yet brilliant concept. So let's dive into their history. Before I get into their history, I just want to let you guys know the team has only been around for roughly 5 years, which is not a long time in the world of comics, meaning there's not a whole lot to talk about, which just means this is going to be relatively short and sweet. Justice League Dark first appeared in Justice League Dark issue 1 in 2011. With that said, a lot of people credit issue 49 of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run from the 80s as the true first appearance of the team, with issue 50 being the first to feature them on the cover. People say this because it's the first time several of the JLD members teamed up, even though they weren't called Justice League Dark at the time. As for me, I still think Justice League Dark issue 1 in 2011 is their true first appearance, because forming Justice League Dark wasn't Alan Moore's intent. It's just a coincidence more than anything that 30 years later, when Justice League Dark was created for the New 52, that several of its members had also teamed up in 2 of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing issues. With that said, like most teams in comics, Justice League Dark has gone through many lineup changes, but the original lineup consisted of Madame Xanadu, John Constantine, Zatanna, Deadman, Shade the Changing Man, and you could also count Mind Warp. The first storyline for Justice League Dark deals with the Enchantress defeating the regular Justice League. Since even the Justice League couldn't defeat Enchantress, Madame Xanadu formed a supernatural team to combat her, thus creating the team that would become known as Justice League Dark. The reason Enchantress had gone all crazy is because she was separated from her host, June Moon, which is why she beat the crap out of the normal Justice League. In an attempt to stop Enchantress, Zatanna and Constantine started working together by casting incantations. While this is happening, Shade the Changing Man reluctantly brings Mind Warp onto the team. I say reluctantly because Madame Xanadu essentially made him recruit him. Since Enchantress is looking for her host June Moon, Deadman tries to protect her, but things don't work out so well when a teleportation door made by Shade that was supposed to transport Deadman and June to his location only transported Deadman, leaving June wide open to Enchantress's attacks. Meanwhile, Constantine figured out that it was Madame Xanadu that split June and Enchantress apart. So he recites a spell that would put them back together, ending all the madness. Sometime after this, Constantine, Shade, Deadman, Zatanna, and Mind Warp meet up with Madame Xanadu. Xanadu admits to causing all the trouble with Enchantress as a reason to bring all the heroes together because of a vision she had of an impending doom. But the team doesn't give a crap and walks off, ignoring her warnings. Flash forward a bit, after their fight with Enchantress, Deadman, Shade, Constantine, and Zatanna all have been having horrible nightmares. This in turn brings them back to Madame Xanadu's magic shop, and Xanadu tells them that their bad dreams are just a glimpse of the future that could come to pass if she had not brought them all together to fight Enchantress. She goes on to say that they're also a hint of what new futures might transpire if they all go their separate ways. Just as she says this, she has a vision that Andrew Bennett is dead, and the primordial evil called Cain, the sire of all vampires, has risen from the iVampire title. So of course, with telling the team all of this, they officially become Justice League Dark. Now obviously the coolest thing about this team is that it deals with supernatural and magical characters. Again, it's a simple yet brilliant concept because anything magic or supernatural is always super intriguing and cool. But another awesome aspect of the team is their ever expanding and rotating roster in their only 40-issue run. So let's briefly talk about several of the members that have been on the team over the course of the title's run, and it will also help give you guys a better idea of what I mean when I say the team consists of supernatural type characters. First, you have John Constantine, who's a working class world-class magician, occult detective, and a con man who's best known for his long-running Vertigo title, Hellblazer. He became the leader of the JLD in issue 9, but was later replaced by Zatanna as team leader. Speaking of Zatanna, she's a powerful magician who casts spells by speaking backwards. She's also been romantically involved with Constantine from time to time. In the New 52, Zatanna was both a member of the Justice League and Justice League Dark. Then there's Deadman. He's the ghost of an assassinated acrobat who can possess the bodies of the dead, which is an amazing power. Then you have Madame Xanadu. She's a mystic and fortune teller who was originally from the comic Doorway to Nightmare, and as I said earlier, she's the one who brought the team together. There's also Nightmare Nurse, who joined to help fight Blight during the Forever Evil event. She's a mysterious woman who has the ability to heal even the most gruesome mystical or supernatural wounds. And I gotta say, I just love the name of her character. Nightmare Nurse just sounds really cool. Next up is Raven, who as we all know is from the Teen Titans. She's a half-demon, half-human hybrid and is the daughter of Trigon. She was recruited by Zatanna to join the JLD in Forever Evil. Moving along yet again, we have Shade the Changing Man. Putting it simple, he's a hero with the power to warp reality. Another member of the team is Zarya, who like Nightmare Nurse joined to help fight during the Forever Evil event. He's a former guardian who served in heaven for millions of years, but willingly falls to Earth to become a superhero. Next is Morp, who was created during Flashpoint and possesses the powers of telepathy and astral projection. One of my favorite members was Frankenstein, because well, freaking Frankenstein. Frankenstein first helps out the team in Justice League Dark Annual 1. He decided to stay on the team in issue 14 out of a sense of responsibility and respect towards Zatanna and Tim Hunter, but ultimately left the team in issue 30. Now you may be saying, who the heck is Tim Hunter? Well, Tim Hunter is a boy with the potential to be the world's greatest mage of his time. Now at this point, you're probably thinking there couldn't possibly be more characters on the team, but guess what? There is, such as Dr. Mist. He's the Argus supernatural expert and consultant who was told alongside Black Orchid to keep an eye on Constantine. But he was later revealed to be a spy and tries to redeem himself by saving Tim Hunter and Zatanna. There's also the previously mentioned Black Orchid, who's a shape-shifting version of the original Black Orchid. Then we have Andrew Bennett from the I, Vampire title, who became a member of Justice League Dark as a favor for Constantine. And then there's also Phantom Stranger, Pandora, and lastly, but certainly not least, Swamp Thing, who has the ability to control all plant life on Earth. While those are all the members of Justice League Dark that I could find, I may have missed one or two, like Etrigan. Although I don't think he was part of the JLD in the New 52 comics, if memory serves me correct. He was, however, part of the Demon Knights team, and he's also in the upcoming Justice League Dark animated movie. So we'll get plenty of him in the animated movie. Now every team has a base of operations. The Avengers have Avengers Tower, Justice League has the Watchtower and Hall of Justice, and Justice League Dark has the House of Mystery. The house has a certain level of sentience and also acts as an archive to stories, which are normally horrific ones. Another cool thing about the house is that it can travel from place to place and move trans-dimensionally, like when it traveled through Limbo. But that, my friends, is more or less the summary for Justice League Dark. It's just a shame that the series came to an end with issue 40. We were supposed to get a Dark Universe title that was essentially just the Justice League Dark title with a new name, but that didn't happen or hasn't happened yet. I honestly don't know what's going on with that title. We were also supposed to get a Dark Universe aka Justice League Dark movie directed by Guillermo del Toro, but that fell through. Last I heard, Doug Liman is now set to direct it for New Line Cinema. Nothing against Doug Liman, I'm sure he'll do a great job, but Guillermo del Toro would have made the crap out of that movie. Supernatural characters like Deadman, Zatanna, and Constantine would have been right in his wheelhouse. It just makes me sad that it's not gonna happen. But one thing we do know is happening and already have a trailer for is the Justice League Dark animated movie. And can I just say, it looks fantastic. I'm just happy we're gonna be able to see characters like Swamp Thing, Constantine, Deadman, Etrigan, and so on all come together in animated form to fight off some evil magic. Because again, I find magic and supernatural stuff super interesting. But with all that said, it's now time for some Justice League Dark reading recommendations, which is actually going to be extremely easy to remember. Ready? Just read the entire Justice League Dark run, which starts with Justice League Dark Volume 1 In the Dark and ends with Justice League Dark Volume 6 Lost in Forever. That's it. Easy peasy. First up for Wednesday, October 26th, we have Detective Comics issue 943. Batman can't save everyone. Innocent people sometimes fall in the war against evil that he's declared in Gotham. And finally, we have Civil War issue 6. Sides have been drawn, battles have been fought, but it all comes down to this: Captain Marvel vs. Iron Man over the future of the Marvel Universe. And that, my friends, will do it for another episode of Variant. But remember, you can always like our Variant Facebook page, keep up with the show and all things comic related. You can also follow Variant on Twitter at Variant Comics or me on Twitter at Arris_Quinones. But I'll see you guys next week. We're going to talk about all things comics. I say reluctantly because Madame Xanadu essentially made him recruit him. If you guess the lucky number, Tim will wear Harley Quinn's outfit from the movie. I would pay money to see that. Like, I would give like a solid 50.